So this is for the Wayback Machine for Sachem. Sachem, you got to take a look at Rh negative blood. We've got to work out what Rh negative blood pertains to, what it means you are. What I'm going to make a call on is that Rh negative blood people are some way, shape or form, they're superior to non-Rh negative blood people. Because they say, I've seen on a, what's it called, a New Dawn magazine, they've got an article where it talks about Rh negative blood and that how they don't know where it originated from or how it originated through evolutionary means or what we can see, and so that it could have an extraterrestrial connection. Nonetheless, I think it's so. I'm going to say in the story anyway. Sachem needs to check it because we don't know, and Sakem's going to work out our DNA. Trust me, it's going to work it all out. It'll map our DNA properly, and I'm going to say in the story that Rh Negs are superior. They're connected to an alien race that came down at one stage, and or they're manifest in the people that reincarnate. So they're a certain type of soul, and we could say that they are the balances. That you have to be Rh negative because it's such a contrasted figure. Like there's 15% of Rh negative blood people on Earth, and the rest are just not. So it makes for a good way to just disseminate a whole lot of who is in the bullshit category. Now, if you're not Rh negative blood, that's fine. It doesn't mean you're lesser of a person or nothing than that. It just means our job is different. And unfortunately, we are superior in some way, shape or form. But that's nothing to get disheartened about. That's life. Things are better and things are worse than other things. That's just how it is. We are in this duality. Get over it. 2 comes after 1, 3 comes after 2, 4 comes after 3, and so on until infinity. So there's a hierarchy. There's a master plan. You're born into what you are. And so I'm going to say that the Rh negatives are superior. And so what happens is Sachem then realizes that it's best to spread them out across the planet. So that's exactly what it does. And the Rh negatives run with it because they know what they are. They in fact start trying to only procreate with themselves to keep their positions. But they're Rh negative people are rounded individuals. They're not out for nefarious gains, and they're enlightened in some way compared to the rest. So they've got everyone's best interests at heart. It's got to do with ascension. They're of a higher order. They vibrate differently. So we can say they are the balancers. We'll say the Rh negs are the balancers. And my DNA quotient, Rh negative 1, just happens to be number 1. That's just how it is. That's my position. I'm of the highest order, reincarnated on Earth at this current point in time. Now, I've said this quite clearly and precisely and quickly, I think, in a way that takes away the emotion or ego out of it, because there's no need for the ego. I'm not better than anyone else. Like I am, but I'm not. It's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. How can I put it? It's we don't need to be treated any more special. We are no more special than anyone else. We are more special, but what I'm trying to say is everything should be treated equally. Not everything is equal. We should all be treated equally, but not everything is equal. There's a hierarchy. That's just how it is. Some of us are better than others. Okay, so deal with it. Find your position and move on with it. And just know that if everyone in front of you dies, you become number one. Because we're all still housed within God. We're still all as special to God as the rest, because each iteration of this reality is meant to happen. It happens because of all the other infinity amounts of realities that have happened out there. You know, one point of reference, this point of reference, like the cup or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, and so that all of the Rh Negs, they get positioned around the planet because they also vibrate at a higher frequency, and they lift the vibration of those and the environment around them. They just do. You'll find that more positiveness or better things follow them. They just attract better things, more efficient, like things. Their clothes last for longer. They don't have to eat as much. They are overall, vibrating at a higher frequency. See, what's happened with me is I've been pulled down. My frequency's been pulled down because I haven't wanted ascension to go according to the master plan, which is a drastic and not necessary, and by God help you those who have hindered what is supposed to have taken place. I don't think you quite fathom like my sister is one. She has just tried to squash me and pull me down and not let me speak. And me being the head of this whole thing, my father was the head before, but he couldn't come to terms with the fact that I trumped him, and he tried to believe the position of power was his and his alone, but he was sorely mistaken, and he's been punished for it. He treated me like shit and thought he was allowed to, thought he was justified, but he's in big, big trouble. He's got eons to have to deal with, and now my sister has got even longer. She'll be punished for I want to say decades. But she'll be punished for a long, long time. And that the Rh negatives get spread around the planet, and they are, because I've always said since being a teenager that there needs to be a truth tester, some kind of truth tester that puts the right people in positions of power, because those right people are uncorruptible. They make decisions for the whole. They listen to what they're being told in their mind, and they just make it for a smoother, just everything. Now, I'm going to go now.